It is beyond joy that I bring you. I wish I could confirm it with my own eyes and my own reporter's notebook. I trust Chad Pergram totally. And I want very much to get him on the phone. I want to hear it from his voice. We have now, they're saying that we have no idea how long this statement is going to be. Wally Ferris, Osama bin Laden dead? How about that one? Buddy, you on the phone? He's gone too? Get him on the phone. Get him on the phone. This is too big. Get a bunch of national security people on the phone. I want everyone who has reported on this in depth, lining up. Fox News is going to stay with this story. We're going to give you every detail we possibly can. The president's remarks now delayed 15 minutes. I just don't know why. Mike Emanuel, and I'd love you to get him up as well. Just let me know in my ear what guests you have available as they are available. All right, Chad's on the phone now. Chad Pergram.
Hello.
Chad, let's have it. Let's have it. What do you know?
I am told by multiple sources on Capitol Hill that Osama bin Laden is dead. That's the bottom line here. We were getting some rumblings of this from other sources, trying to find out if congressional leadership had been briefed, if this was an intelligence matter, a defense matter. Apparently, the top intelligence officials on Capitol Hill have been briefed that bin Laden is dead and that CIA Director Leon Panetta has briefed them. There's more
But why,
coming.
Chad, let me ask you this. Why would the intelligence officials, as per Jennifer Griffin, our Pentagon correspondent, be ordered to operations centers to coincide with the president's live address to the nation?
Well, the best I could tell is that they want to, make sure everybody's on the same page. They know exactly what went down. There may have been some sort, and this is complete speculation, but I want to be careful here, but this is the way these things happen.
Hold on. We're getting this. He was killed a week ago by a U.S. bomb. A week ago, they were waiting to test his body for a DNA match. Jennifer Griffin on the phone with us right now. Jen Dahl, I've never been happier to be on the show with you than I am right now. Tell us what you know.
Well, Geraldo, what we know at this point is that he was killed reportedly by a U.S. bomb over a week ago. They were waiting for DNA results to match the body to be sure that, in fact, they had gotten him. And now we can report that Osama bin Laden is dead, killed by a U.S. missile. We're not clear of the location. I'm still getting more details. But as I reported earlier, there were intelligence folks that I've been speaking to. They've all been called into their operations centers. They're waiting for people to get into position before the president is going to speak. Again, as Chad mentioned, they want to be on the same page, but this is a huge announcement. I don't need to tell you. It's ironic that you're on the air right now. I remember those days in Tora Bora where you were hot on his heels, and
Tonight on Rock Center, from the chair the president was sitting in, when this photo was taken from this very room, television cameras are inside the White House Situation Room for the very first time as we look back on the death of Osama bin Laden.
We had been preparing for months. We had seen mock-ups of the compound. We had looked at helicopter flight patterns.
The president said, "It's a go." And we looked at him and said, "It's a go."
In that situation, you do some planning.
What were you watching?
We were able to monitor in real time what was taking place.
The mood was tense.
We could see the helicopters. We could see our guys moving.
When we saw the helicopter spinning, we said, that's not the plane.
We were all holding our breath.
And everyone went like, whoa.
We thought about there was a failure here. It would have disastrous consequences.
When we got the message that they had killed bin Laden, it wasn't over.
The only thing that I was thinking about was, I really want to get those guys back home safe. This was the longest 40 minutes of my life.
Good evening. We are one floor below ground level here in the West Wing of the White House, and we are about to take television news cameras inside the White House Situation Room for the first time in its history. We're here tonight, entering this room, to talk about this photograph taken in this room a year ago, and the decisions and the military action that resulted in the death of Osama bin Laden.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
The news came out of nowhere. No one in this country was expecting it, just as no one inside the bin Laden compound was expecting U.S. Navy SEALs to arrive by helicopter. One image from that night has come to symbolize the mission. The photograph taken at the height of the raid by veteran White House photographer Pete Souza.
There it is. There you are. Here I am, sitting right here.
That's an intense look on your face, and everyone is intently watching that screen.
This is, if I'm not mistaken, Pete, this picture was taken right as the helicopter was having some problems. But you may not remember.
I can't see.
That's what it feels like, because I remember Hillary putting her hand over her mouth at that point.
When you look at it,
Yeah.
what does it conjure up inside you?
Well, that's the way I usually live when my husband drags me to an action movie. It was just an extraordinary experience and a great privilege to be part of.
When you see it now, what comes back?
We were all just really concentrated. Our entire focus was on listening to the play-by-play. As you can see, the president sitting right behind me. I remember turning and looking, and it was just this. No emotion.
What comes to mind first? Is it a sensation? Is it a memory?
It's just tension, more than anything else. It was just tension, and there's no other way to describe it.
The picture was actually years in the making. When he was president, Bill Clinton spent 75 cruise missiles trying to kill bin Laden. Then, after 9/11, President George W. Bush vowed to hunt him down.
And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of it soon.
And back when he was a candidate, Barack Obama pledged to step up the mission.
We will kill bin Laden. We will crush Al-Qaeda. That has to be our biggest national security priority.
The focus for this administration was on getting bin Laden. That was a piece of unfinished business that went to the honor as well as the security of our country.
Leon Panetta was CIA director back in the summer of 2010 when the first big break materialized. The CIA tracked a man believed to be bin Laden's courier to a walled-off compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Satellites parked above the compound revealed another figure, a tall man taking walks in the courtyard. Analysts gave him a nickname, the Pacer, but the imagery was never good enough to know for sure if it was bin Laden.
Ultimately, it was a 50-50 proposition as to whether this was actually bin Laden.
And still, it was the best intelligence breakthrough since the U.S. came close to bin Laden but lost him in Tora Bora back in 2001.
When the intel community began to pick up information and when they began to get a more of a sense that maybe there was something there, at first it was only within the White House. I was brought in January, and then we began these intensive meetings.
A series of top-secret meetings started up inside the Situation Room, the sit room as it's known in White House parlance. At one of those meetings last year, Admiral William McRaven, the head of Joint Special Operations Command, outlined a possible raid on the suspected bin Laden compound.
I had 100% faith in the Navy SEALs themselves. Bill McRaven, the head of Special Forces, had worked with us for months to think through every possible scenario. He's a guy who inspires a lot of confidence, and he's a no-nonsense guy.
I remember the moment in the sit room, someone said, well, this sounds really dangerous that we're going to expose our guys, and what do we know is going to happen? And he said, well, with all due respect, we've done this hundreds of times.
The planning picked up speed, and by April 21st of last year, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the time, Admiral Mike Mullen, attended a dress rehearsal with a team of Navy SEALs at a mock compound they'd set up in the Nevada desert.